Why do we all have to wear these ridiculous ties? I hope those containment parameters are still nominal.
Theoretically, but I drove all the way out to Stavely, this very small town just south of Nanton, which is another very small town. They're the one with the 3 grain elevators. It's a very cool place. They have a very sick candy shop in Nanton that I also went to on the way back. I was going to Stavely to buy an office chair off Facebook Marketplace for $70. It's a Leap V1, and I got it from a very, very kind lady. She told me her whole life story, man. It was interesting. It was interesting. Like, she was like 72, and her husband left her last year after 50 years of marriage, and she was just unloading all of this onto me as I was just trying to buy this chair. Like, I don't know. I felt sorry for her because she seemed very lonely. So I heard her out. Colson was there too. We did a lot of nodding, and we listened to her entire story, of which there were like 4. I know where she worked. I know where she lived. I know how many kids she has and how old they are. And I didn't ask. Again, I wasn't asking. I was not prying. This lady who was selling me this chair, she needed to tell me all about her life. And she had this really lovely dog, really, really nice dog, who has extremely expensive food and medicine. Yes, she mentioned that as well to the dog. Anyway, it was a trip, man. It was an absolute trip getting this high-end office chair from this woman. It belonged to her husband, who left her after the 50 years. She just got it back from, north of Edmonton where she was staying or something. I don't know exactly, but yeah, it was like, it was heavy, like it felt like I was paying that $70, and I was also like paying an emotional toll to get this thing. It wasn't just the $70, and it never is with a chair this inexpensive that is this good. But yeah, she appreciated me for hearing her out, and she said I was very nice, and she was warm. She was a warm person, so it was not a bad encounter. It was just extremely heavy after I just drove like an hour and 20 minutes to get a chair. I don't know about a chair. I don't want to be depressed.
Yeah, well,
Anyway,
that's the Kijiji toll.
It is a sick chair, and I'm gonna clean it up. I'm gonna steam it. I've got a steamer coming tomorrow, like an actual steam cleaner that supposedly has the ability to like bring life back to foam. I've seen some videos of people using steam on like foam seat cushions, and they put the steam in and it just poofs right up. It poofs right up, and then when it dries, it's still that same thickness. You just need to get the water in there to open up all the pores, and it retains that structure for a while until it compresses again in a few years' time. So that'll be fun. I'm really looking forward to steaming some chairs tomorrow.
Sounds satisfying.
Maybe some couch cushions too. Yeah, it's gonna be a power washer simulator, but in real life.
Simulating real life in real life.
Yeah. It's going to be great.
That is great. That sounds like a pretty productive day. How far is where you went? What's it called? Stavely?
Stavely. Yeah, Stavely. They have a really cool grain elevator there too. Okay. It's about, like, from where I live, it took us maybe an hour and 20 minutes to get down there. It's in southern Alberta. It's not in the really nice kind of part of southern Alberta towards the mountains where you get the Porcupine Hills. None of that. No. It's further east. But yeah, they've got a beautiful grain elevator that's right at the end of their main street Unfortunately, train tracks do not run through there anymore, so it's not in use. But it was gorgeous, and I got some really nice shots of it on slide film. I was shooting slide film for the first time today, Ektachrome 100. So that's going to be really cool to get back because it's color reversal film. You get it developed, and then you can just project it as a slide because it's color positive, and there's, you know, you don't have to let your scanner interpret the negative and remove the orange mask. No, it's just boom. It's an image that you can hold, and it looks like an image. Just you hold it up to a light source, and it's a slide. I'm so excited about that, but you have to be really, really perfect in your exposure. You have to nail the exposure, because if you don't have a lot of dynamic range to play with scanning. So I hope that I nailed it all 4 times that I, fired the shutter.
That sounds cool, though.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. I'll be posting those on my Insta once I finish the roll and get them processed. That roll was $32 from the camera store for 10 shots. Top of that, $15 to get it developed at the place that I go to. So probably my most expensive roll yet, but I think it's worth it. I've never shot slide film, and it's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. I've got a projector too. Not a real good projector, but a classroom or church basement projector. Yeah, it's very scratched.
Hell yeah. Okay. And how was your nap?
Very restful. It was lovely. I just slept. Typically, I set a timer for 20 minutes, and then 20 minutes comes and goes, and I feel like, well, I just barely started drifting off. So then sometimes I set another one, sometimes I don't. If I do, I end up just saying stop, and it goes away, and I keep sleeping, and yeah, I usually end up sleeping for like 3 hours. But this time I only slept for an hour and a half? 2 hours? 2.5? I don't know. This is a very exciting topic, though. I'm very excited to be talking about my napping schedule.
Hey, people love sleeping, okay? It's a universal thing.
It's true.
And
it's true.
2 hours, that's a REM cycle right there. That's a good
It's
nap.
a luxury nap.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like pay to have those naps in pods. So
exactly.
I'm getting a good value.
Exactly. All right. Well, that sounds like an amazing day. But
how was your day? What did you do?
My day was good. What did I do? Oh yeah, I went grocery shopping, and I went to the post office because my mom sent me homemade beef jerky and shoes. That's like my Christmas package, I guess. But the beef jerky is amazing. She actually wants to start her own beef jerky business. So
really?
She's perfecting the formula right now. You should hit her up and be like, I will test your beef jerky for you. So she doesn't have to send it to me every time. And then you get free delicious beef jerky.
Yeah, and it's a little cheaper for her to send it to me.
Exactly.
Not as much postage.
Exactly. So yeah,
okay.
Tested out some jerky, and then I set up this OBS setup, which I'm just so proud of. Okay, we can go to you. All right, there's a whole Coleman cam.
Wow.
There's a whole Savian cam. All right, there's both of us.
Oh, did you see we got a chat?
Yeah, we got like a spam chat from a bot or something. So
our very first spam chat.
Yes,
I'm so proud.
I know, right? We're making it. And then there's this one, and then my favorite thing is the BRB screen.
I hope those containment parameters
like
are still nominal.
And the Half-Life shit going on. So yeah, I made this, and then I played some Fortnite while I was waiting for you, and then while I was waiting for you to eat your chicken tenders, my neighbor called me and was like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And I'm like, I'm about to stream with my friend." And he's like, "Come over for 5 minutes." And then he starts going off about how he has a bunch of grant money and he needs to digitize these like company websites, or digitize these company documents into websites, and he'll pay me well to do it, and he also wants to do a YouTube channel, so he's telling me about that. So we'll see if that goes anywhere. But yeah, I was talking to him until you were ready, basically, and now I'm here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That is very fortuitous.
Yeah.
That's a good opportunity, I think.
Definitely. It sounds like it. He seems like a cool dude, and he was like, the first time I saw you, I knew we would do business together. I'm like, okay, sweet. Sounds good, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
I know, right?
That's great. You have so many opportunities
Yeah.
floating around.
They're floating. They're floating. But I just want to be a Twitch streamer talking about my day.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate job.
Hell yeah. It's not very exciting though. You know, we need like we need more energy, I think. Like we need like what's up? How's it going, everyone?
You're too quiet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sorry. I tried to adjust it down so that I wouldn't clip when I yelled.
Yeah.
But I overcompensated.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Okay, sweet. I think we have the right amount of energy. You know what'll pick up the energy? An interesting topic from this document that you prepared for us.
All right. I think we should start with something light. Let's talk about anarchy chess.
Anarchy chess. Okay.
Have you heard of this? Have you seen this?
Have I seen this? Have I heard about this? I have not, actually.
Okay. So obviously there's a chess subreddit.
Obviously.
But this is anarchy chess, where nobody plays by the rules. So you've got ridiculous threads showing up all over the place. This one really kind of did it for me. Little bit political in here, but I think there's something. I think there's something, some common ground that anyone can find.
Mm-hmm.
This person is from Israel.
Okay.
Every 5 games or so, he gets an opponent that just says "Free Palestine" or calls him a terrorist, and either quits the game or just keeps harassing him. So this guy, he just wants to play chess without his nationality being called out. He can't solve the conflict, and you telling him that doesn't help anything. And it just makes him not want to go online. So obviously someone posted in Anarchy Chess this image with the title, "What does he do in this position? He's Israeli." Right? So this is a typical post that you would see like chess, but it's like instead of seeing the board and what do you do in this position here? I'm just killing the joke. What do you do in this position? It's the social situation, and instead of like he's white or black,
Yeah.
like colors of the chess pieces, he's Israeli. So, I mean,
That's funny.
there was
post.
this reply chain though. Yeah, I wanted to talk about the reply chain because
Is it this?
if you scroll down a little bit, yeah. So
This?
just single-handedly solve it, asshole.
Okay,
Why
this.
can't they solve centuries of conflict instead of play chess? Are they stupid? Google Nakba, holy expulsion, actual refugee, call the Arabs. Umar went on vacation, never came back. So this reply chain is something you'll see in every single thread, but it's got so many variations, and it started with en passant. Do you know about en passant?
No.
Google en passant. Just Google it right now.
En passant?
ENPASSANT. En passant. Yes. So, this is a cool move in chess, okay? Open up images. Get it big. I want to explain this crazy chess move for anyone who's never heard of this. So, if you've got a pawn that has only moved once. Oh, so small. Yeah, okay. Nice. Okay. So, who's doing en passant? So black is doing en passant in this position. So white hasn't moved this pawn on a2, but it moves the pawn from a2 to a4 because you can go 2 spaces on your first move as a pawn, right? But that's the first time it's been moved. Then black is able to just pass where white was and go to a3, and that captures white's pawn. See, it's not there in the next one. So a pawn can capture a pawn without even touching another pawn. But you can only do this with pawns. You can only do it diagonally, and you can only do it if the pawn has only moved once, and only if they did the 2 move. That is en passant.
Okay.
And when people find this out, they go, holy hell, because in online games of chess, when someone does this to you for the first time, you're like, what the hell did you just do? And the person says, Google en passant. And you say, holy hell. So obviously, this became a whole thing. It became a massive reply chain. And here, I just want to find the original reply chain. Okay, look up Google en passant flowchart. I'm not kidding. Okay. Just click the first one because it's the least complicated. So, yeah.
You want me to open this in a new tab?
Please open it, but not just the image. Yeah, the whole thread. Open the whole thread because you're gonna get.
It's a Reddit thread. Oh my god.
Yes, of
okay.
course it's a Reddit thread. You're gonna. Yeah, we just went back to Anarchy Chess with a Google search, buddy.
Holy shit.
I'm not even kidding.
Wait. Oh my god. Okay. Reddit.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, so Google en passant. Holy hell! New response just dropped. Actual zombie. And then you can get Call the Exorcist, which usually happens, or you can get some other weird thing. But if you scroll down, usually you also have people replying to Call the Exorcist with Queen sacrifice anyone, and then Pawn storm incoming, and then you've got checkmate or riot. Then you've got Bishop goes on vacation, never comes back. Nightmare fuel. And then it just kind of loops for a while.
Okay, hold on. I'm sorry, but we actually have an actual viewer right now.
Oh my god, we do?
Yes. C-dubs himself, Connor Wilson.
Holy shit.
It's the fellas. What is going on? Hey, Connor, we're talking about chess. I think you're in the chess
think we
loop.
are.
I think he knows more about this than I do. I'm just being educated on fucking chess lore. Reddit chess lore. En passant.
Yeah, Google en passant. Holy hell. New response just dropped. Actual zombie. Call the Exorcist. Queen sacrifice anyone? Pawn storm incoming. Nightmare fuel. Bishop goes on vacation. Never comes back. And
View 47 more replies.
yeah, eventually you get people asking about dementia and whether you have dementia and saying, I don't have dementia. What's dementia? And it gets really silly. So yeah, that's Chess Anarchy. Every single thread you go to on Chess Anarchy, every single thread has some form of this response chain. That's just the subreddit. And then you'll see it leak into other subreddits occasionally too. You'll see people initiate that same reply chain but with other things that are somewhat topical in other subreddits, totally unrelated to chess. I don't know why.
But this is where we started.
That's it.
Okay. Well, that was educational. Connor says he prefers Connect 4. What do you think about Connect 4?
Overrated.
Overrated? Really? Why?
Yeah. I don't know. It just feels like there should be another column. You know, like it should be Connect 5. But
I feel like the games would never end.
that's the point.
So you want it to be chess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There should be more draws.
All right.
All right. I think we should go to texting theory from here because it's a really good segue from Anarchy Chess.
Okay, cool.
It's you take chess analysis, okay, and then you apply it to text. That
Okay.
people receive and have, and so yeah, it's pretty like there's some good stuff in here. There's some good stuff.
All right. Anime. Nice. Okay. Nice. Don't want to get TOS on our first stream.
All right, go to the Black. Let his cousin play this one.
Wait,
Or
what?
where are you? Where are you? Yeah, it's one down from that. It should be one down from that post.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Whoops. That's just the image.
That's fine.
Is it? Don't we want to see these reply chains though? Here we go. Okay.
Probably.
All right.
I don't know. It doesn't. They don't invade this sub that much, but it's the same. There's theory applied here. So you've got a book move, obviously, with someone sending a blank page.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is an inaccuracy, I think. You need someone to find your work shift or you need to find someone to work your shift or you work your shift. Inaccuracy. I have a doctor's note. That is the best move. That's what that is indicating. And you're not contagious. And then I'm vomiting and throwing up and can't get out of the bathroom. Whoa, I think that was a mistake. And then this is a huge blunder. Are you texting me so you can find either someone to work or you just don't want to work anymore? And then he just says bet, which I think that actually might be an inaccuracy. I'm not sure exactly. Damn,
Do these
we need a
icons
guide.
mean something?
Yes, the icons all mean different things because when you play chess and you analyze your game with the chess.com app,
Yeah.
you see what the engine gives you based on what you do, and it puts an icon next to all of your moves, and it'll be one of these icons. So this is literally applying chess move ratings to just conversations. So yeah, the 2 question marks, that's a blunder, right? And the book, that's a book move. Like literally, that's like people have written about this opening. It's an opening that everybody uses, right? And there's usually a response that everybody uses as well. Yeah, there's some pretty good ones. Find the one that says original from u/Chaos Striker 5. Didn't know you could blunder this hard.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, you be black, I'll be blue.
I read the whole thing. Okay, I'm black. Okay. Can't do Thursday. Today and tomorrow, Friday, weekend.
Okay, I'll see if I can do today.
Have eaten already.
Yeah, have you?
Not really hungry today.
Hungry for dick, though?
Partner had my phone. Nice.
It's a lot of really good moves, and then a massive blunder, and then you have checkmate right there. You've got checkmate. That is it.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. Yeah, that's ripped. That's over. That is checkmate. Yeah, that's hilarious.
You're done.
Connor says he's learning so much.
Wow. I'm so glad.
Okay, this is funny. This is a funny subreddit.
This is a great sub. Yeah, there's some really disgusting, filthy things that people say, but put through this lens, it's beautiful.
I love this image of Eminem. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. That is an amazing, amazing image.
Tinder.
We're gonna be Puff Daddy tonight.
Okay, I think I get the gist. You know,
Yeah, you're understanding.
Yes.
You're understanding.
I need the analysis icons, or else it's not as good.
I agree. You get people analyzing it in the comments. You know, some of these are people asking for analysis,
Mm-hmm.
and then sometimes there just aren't enough replies for anything.
7 days ago. Man,
Sad.
this should be way more poppin'. 60k members. Top 2%. And I'm already down to a post from 7 days ago. Okay, well, alright, texting theory passes the vibe check.
I saw a really funny image as you were scrolling that reminded me of a really amazing Instagram account that I think we should shout out.
Okay.
It's I think it's called Regina Affirmation.
Regina Affirmation?
Yeah, affirmations. It's like someone who lives in Regina, or it might be like. Wait, let's see. No, that's not it. Oh man, what's the airport code for Regina?
I think I found it.
Yeah, that's the picture that I was thinking about. Wait, have I shown this to you? Yeah, I think
I've seen
you know
this.
Yeah.
Or maybe I've seen the Calgary version.
It's very specific to Regina, but it's also just...
This is relatable. Riding around Regina.
Country chlamydia.
Normalize empty swimming pools.
Sure.
Please do not the car. What is... Oh, damn it.
Oh, everything is login walled.
It's okay, I can
Yeah.
just enjoy the previews.
It's a pretty amazing account. I would highly recommend everyone checking them out.
Graphic
What's the
design is
actual
their
name?
passion. YQR?
Yeah, YQR Affirmations. It's a beautiful thing. Just so low. Alright, I think we should shift gears now and talk about something a little bit fucking batshit insane.
Okay.
That I don't know if I've shown this to you, but I know that it's somewhat problematic, but it's also just
Ooh.
hilarious.
Okay.
But it's like I get it. I get why it exists, and I get what she's trying to do. But it's also like, if you actually listen to what she's saying, she's fucking batshit crazy. So, Dr. Mumby, it's Dr. Mumby Saraki. No bad blood. Here, let's instead of doing it there, actually, yeah, just do it there. Are you able to get audio into here from your desktop?
Oh, yeah. Well, you're coming from my desktop. I don't know if you know that.
Okay, I had no idea. So we're gonna get audio in here. All right.
Okay, so I'm just gonna... Like, here, I think is a good spot for it.
Sure.
Alright. Are you ready? Wait, what if I do theater mode? Is that better?
Yeah, that's definitely better.
Okay, cool. Okay, nice motion graphics.
Yeah, I'm not getting the sound.
Oh,
It's
you
okay.
can't hear it?
Yeah, I can't hear it, but I'm just gonna synchronize my video to yours. Yeah. It's fine. Mine is a tiny bit ahead of yours.
Okay.
Greetings, family, and welcome
Only
to
coming
another
out of the left
episode of
channel.
Wake Up Africa. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I really do pray,
Well in
family,
all
that
your
you are
ways.
well in absolutely all your ways,
Moving into
and that you're
living
moving
life
into living life very much
your
on
own
your
terms.
own terms. We're reporting live and direct, family. At this point, we might as well even be in 22D, but all we
22D?
know is we're reporting live and direct from beyond the Matrix. And
Oh, Beyond the
all we
Matrix.
pray
Let's go.
for is that you have now come spiritually online, and that you are at least connected to your spiritual team, your guardian angel. At least everyone has one guardian angel. At least one. At least you've
Who's your
connected to
guardian angel?
him or her or it, whatever, however you want to
Goku?
describe it, or at least you've connected to your higher self, because that is the only way you're going to make it in this spiritual time, family.
Is it
Because it's
spiritual
like
time?
two worlds are splitting.
It's
But
spiritual
as
time.
they're splitting,
Look,
you don't want to
Oh,
be
okay.
in that
there's
middle.
two
Thank
worlds
you for the
splitting.
You can see
graphic.
it here. You don't want to be in the
Yeah.
middle of that split,
at
and
that
you
dog,
definitely
just
don't want to
scratching
be on
itself.
the earth that's dying.
The earth is
The
dying.
earth that's losing
Oh,
all
no.
its soul.
Its soul is
That had no
separating.
soul. It now has to separate itself. You know,
Oh,
the soulless
shit.
one.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, I want
Yeah.
to be on the solar.
Look at how she
And the way you get
pauses.
onto the one that's looking all green and blue and magical and paradise
I want to be on this
is
earth
by
for sure.
really being
All right,
firm.
pause it for 1 second.
Okay. I'm gonna take this moment to let you know that when we started, we didn't have audio for a couple minutes.
No,
Yeah,
that's extremely sad.
I know.
Try
Oh,
playing.
quick shout out to Young Nugs. While we're experiencing technical difficulties.
Young Nut.
About the narrative, it's all about the narrative, family.
It's all about the
This
narrative.
is a
family.
mental reality. At least I hope you figured that out by now.
Okay.
And you've seen now, beyond the Matrix, how they always have to
seen
tell
Beyond
us
the
what they're
Matrix.
doing.
Seen Beyond.
Because in telling us, in telling the world, it's almost like that's how you program yourself into the Matrix.
You don't want to program
And
yourself
what we're
into the
hoping for
Matrix.
is that Africa,
Nope.
Africans, the global melanated,
The global
will
melanated.
start
Shout
to
out.
consciously program themselves into the global matrix so that
You
we
do
can
wanna
move our
program
people
yourself
onto
to the
this
global
side
matrix.
of this new world that is being reborn and of these, 1,000-year golden age as we go through the judgment season,
Judgment season.
the separation of the wheat from the chaff. But those are stories I'll definitely cover on the Dr. Mungi Spiritual Show, so make sure you're subscribed to
Stories
that.
for
Special
another
shout out
day.
to everyone that
What?
supports
Not
us
on the
Patreon
regular
and
Mumby
enables us
show? We
to
gotta go to the
dedicate
spiritual
more time to
show?
this
No.
because we are being drawn,
of
family,
course.
No, that
to
is the
other
show.
things.
Oh yeah.
I think the season for this is gone. And as I said in a previous episode, I will definitely record a few spiritual shows about what next.
What?
Because I think that's the biggest question
Yeah,
now.
how do we
for
program
us who have moved
into the
into
Matrix, even though we're trying to get out of the Matrix?
an expanded thinking, a more sophisticated level of mental reality. There is so much that is available to us. And as we leave many of
Just
the
wait a
lower
second. She
vibrational
says
ones that
something
didn't make
very-
it behind, there is much exciting, mind-blowing, magical, miraculous work for us to be doing.
Just blowing smoke.
And for those who are still asleep and still want to debate about Jesus and God, you need to look at what's happening and what time it is. Like this story that was sent to me about how thousands of people have allegedly, now when they say numbers, thousands line up for
Thousands.
Elon Musk Neuralink. I mean, do we have pictures of them? Are they even real pictures? Are they fake? So this is another I just took this
all
as another
AI.
thing to program into the system to show that this transhumanism agenda is still going full force. They're still doing what they need to do to implement that. And they started
Cyberpunk?
way back, family.
Yes.
Way back with all these Star Wars movies and all
Okay.
of that.
This all started with Star Wars.
In order for
started with
these
Star Wars.
humanoids
Thank you,
and
George
these
Lucas.
robots to land
No,
on Earth, they
frickin-
had to first land
what's
in the
the
minds of the
Keanu
people,
movie?
and they did it through film.
Yeah, Johnny Mnemonic.
Yeah.
But that's what she's saying. They have to
The
come here through
Hollywood has
film
played
before they
its
can
a spectacular
exist
role
in real life. It's all Hollywood's fault.
in
Yeah.
bringing in the
What
new
about the
world order, but those
Matrix,
are stories for other days, family.
That's
So
another
according
one.
to Babylon
I thought that was
News,
supposed to wake us up.
thousands of people have
No,
now want to go through the
propaganda.
surgery
You
to
wanna
get
be in
his
the Matrix,
chip.
like she said.
They will
You
be
don't want to
implanting the
escape it.
chip in 11 people. You see how
Okay,
they
they're
pick
putting
all
it
these
into 11
numbers
people.
in
Okay.
11 people next year, and
numbers,
they said they
yeah.
received a lot of requests. And what happens is that
requests.
the brain-computer interface, which was founded
Uh-huh.
in 2016, would allow people to do anything from communicate telepathically to play games using
This would be
only
really
their
cool for
minds,
people with
and it would
disabilities who
enable them to
can't use
move
their
into this false
hands.
reality.
Yeah.
as well.
It's like that.
But
thing
it's
at
about
the-
How
moving
does
into
this
this
look
false
like
reality.
a good idea,
Yeah,
family?
yeah. Metaverse.
For me,
Yeah.
anyone who is spiritual,
It's the metaverse.
which is not all melanated people,
but-
not all skin folk are kinfolk.
Oh, not all
If you're
skin
going
folk
for
are
such things, it's
kinfolk.
because you're
Called
lazy.
out.
It's because you're lazy.
Everything that they're making is because they observed it somewhere.
Like, what the fuck?
Telepathy is something our ancestors
Wait,
used to do naturally.
Telepathy
family.
is something our ancestors used to do naturally, family. Yeah.
Yeah, they removed the magic from the
Look at
world.
how she just stopped.
I keep
In fact,
wondering
I remember
what's
when I talked about
happening.
Did the video
This
pause?
Africa.
No, she just turned into a
Spiritual
statue for a
stuff about
second.
how
For dramatic effect, or is
writing
she
was such a
buffering? I think she's got the
primitive form.
Neuralink and it's not responding.
an unevolved form of human reality.
She's just spewing absolute
even speaking
bullshit.
and using
I'm
words
so
because they
sorry,
had
but,
reached
like,
the point where you were using mind.
This is just... Where is she getting any of this
because
information?
the word is so potent. Some people's words are potent, family, more potent than others.
I mean, yeah, some
And
people's
the
words are more
misuse of
powerful.
words and language is
like
what has put
this
us in many of our
Photoshop.
predicaments. Stories for other days. So they talk about how the chip would basically replace a portion of these people's skulls and everything. And it said, you know, the whole purpose is to help people with neurological orders by allowing them to control devices and communicate using only their other brain activity. Of course,
Sounds
trying
really
to say
cool.
that, you know, for charitable reasons, they're trying to give these to people who suffer from dementia, etc., but and Alzheimer's and all that stuff. But family.
Yes?
It's only if you didn't have access to spirit or to soul or to life.
Oh, it's only if you don't have access to those
you would pick
things.
this
You need to
road.
connect telepathically with people.
Obviously.
With your spirit, not with the
Dude.
neural link.
Of having a
People with
device that was
dementia
made.
who would need something like this,
They need more spirit.
yeah, they just need to communicate with the spirits and
Replace
their
a device that
ancestors,
was
and
created by the Most High. I don't know how else to put it, family. And I mean, I know this is not even something that a lot of people on this channel would even none. I'm hoping no one on this channel would even consider getting this chip, but it just shows us what time it is, family. For me, when I read about this and I read about how China wants to produce, you know, billions of humanoids within the next 5 years, and how the divided states is always also planning to do the
inside
same
the
thing.
Divided stakes. No,
And how
divided
our
snakes.
gods, if you want to do it like that, are birthing billions of African children through spirit, through soul.
What?
It shows you that a great spiritual reckoning is upcoming or is incoming
It always is. The end is always nigh.
Yeah.
between the soul and the soulless,
Oh yeah.
between the human and the transhuman.
Yep. The soul and the soulless. There are two classes of people.
Blade Runner?
A great debate of creation is up ahead, family. And what they've done is they've totally cut off the knees of truth. So now no one, you know, if you're not anchored with your spiritual team, with your ancestors,
My
with your
spiritual
own
team.
spiritual foundation, family, at this point, you could fall for anything.
Maybe like we could fall for you.
You could anchor yourself to the devil, thinking you're
it's
anchored
true. You could
to
fall
the
for
Most High.
Dr. Mumby's bullshit if you're not tethered real good to the ground.
You could do the bidding of demons, thinking you're following
of
the
demons.
instructions of the so-called Holy Spirit.
Subscribe to the Patreon.
Because
by
the
the way.
vein has been thinned out now. All kinds of beings are among us, family. And I already talked about this a year or 2 years ago, where I talked about, you know, all these different races, reptilians, they're all able to shapeshift and clone
Reptilians can
themselves.
shapeshift and clone themselves.
Okay.
Yep.
Just as they
There
say in
are
the
reptilians
scriptures,
on
you could
Earth.
be
We made
entertaining
it.
an
We made
angel
it
and you
to
don't know
Alex
it.
Jones' core.
Too many
That's
of us
what
have
I'm saying.
entertained
This lady
and
is
catered to.
Can I stop?
female
Can I
African
pause?
even
American.
given
Yes,
our ear
absolutely.
to.
Okay.
She's just Alex Jones, but the African version. Like, I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
She is African woman Alex Jones.
Mm-hmm.
The shit that she is spewing it's the exact same thing that he spews. There is a war coming, a spiritual war. You know, like.
Yeah.
But she's like straight up with her racism too, you know? It's
Yeah.
all about the melanated nation. White people, Chinese people, Indian people, not, you know, not included. Black people only. But not all skin folk are kinfolk. If you don't agree with her, you know, like it's just like
I don't think I'm kinfolk with Miss Mumby here, or Dr. Mumby. What is she a doctor in?
I think like women's studies.
Okay.
I'm not kidding.
Oh, Connor said the globally melanated does go pretty hard, though. I mean, it is a pretty... It's
It's
better
an
than...
epic name.
Yeah. I would want to be... Well, I guess I technically am part of that group, but, like, I don't want to be part of Dr. Mumby's. Okay, sorry. What did you say she's a doctor of?
Doctor of Philosophy. So she has a PhD in African Women's Studies from the University of Nairobi.
Okay.
But it says that she only attended for 2 years, from 2014 to 2016?
That doesn't get you a doctorate.
No. What the hell? How legit is the University of Nairobi, though? Let's find out. University of Nairobi. Okay, I'm just reading the Wikipedia page a little bit. I just am seeing. So far, it seems legit. Seems fine. Looks like a really cool building. It seems legit.
I believe it's legit. I
Two-year
just don't think
PhD though?
she's legit.
A 2-year PhD?
Yeah. Very interesting.
She's not in the list of notable alumni either. But maybe she'll be in the regular one. Nope.
They probably blacklisted her for being a frickin' psycho. A psycho schizo poster.
Yeah, like I can't find her.
Good night, Connor. Thank you for joining and
Have an
chatting.
excellent sleep. Oh, maybe she's just not. Iraqi B. There's a Grace Mumbi Ngugi. I don't know. Maybe she's just not listed here. Maybe she does have a real doctorate degree, and maybe her LinkedIn profile is just erroneous, and she actually was there for more than just 2014 to 2016.
Either way. Wow, just
Yeah.
wow. Like, okay.
She's got a lot of videos too.
On
She uploads all the time.
I do not trust Neuralink. I would not want to get a brain implant from Elon Musk. I will say that. So,
Oh, wait, she deleted a lot. She deleted like all of her old videos. Her most recent ones are from. Her videos only go back 1 year, but she has been on here for many, many, many years, and she's uploaded like hundreds of videos. But right now she only has 52.
well, I remember you showing me her more than a year ago, like
Yeah.
years ago. And I don't think she was this off the rails. I think she
Oh wait,
started.
there's 2 channels.
Mm.
She's got also Dr. Mumby's spiritual show.
Yeah, that's
which
what I
has
was saying.
Yeah, which has 700 videos.
Okay.
Her most recent video on that one is titled "Or Have a Much Bigger Impact Than You Think."
What does?
Your YOU apostrophe RE have a much bigger impact than you think. You are have a much bigger impact.
Nice, nice.
Just a little typo. It's just strange that she would do that. Because it's not even in the same. Like, YOU is capitalized and then RE is not. I don't know. Alright.
Okay.
Well, that was crazy.
That was very interesting. Yeah. Like, I don't trust Neuralink, but
No.
I don't like her angle.
I would trust Neuralink, like, if it wasn't Elon Musk.
Yeah.
You know? Like, Valve's version of Neuralink seems a little bit more promising,
Wait,
only
is
because
Valve working on something like that?
Yeah, they've been working on brain-computer interfaces for years now.
Damn, that's crazy.
Decades, potentially. They really want to crack the barrier, and I think maybe they're getting close. I don't know. I've definitely seen stuff about them experimenting with it and developing prototypes, but obviously they are very quiet about things. You know, if they're not thinking something is going to make it to market, they just won't talk about it, like they did with Half-Life 3. And if they do think it's going to make it, then they only announce it they announce it when they know that it will be ready for X date, so they don't have to delay it. So, I don't know. The fact that we haven't seen anything for a long time from them suggests to me that maybe they hit a roadblock, they lost interest in developing it. Maybe there's still a small team trying to do stuff with it, but they're just not well staffed. I have no idea what Valve is doing right now. But I know that they were at some point working on brain-computer interfaces, and I think Gabe was like a driving force in that. He thinks that it's like a really cool technology. But obviously only reading brain activity, not writing it, not modifying brain activity, just reading what you're doing. It shouldn't go two ways. That's their angle, anyway.
Yeah, that sounds more reasonable. It's still just brain implants.
Yeah. If it's invasive like that, and that's the thing. I don't think they even want to make it shouldn't be invasive because it's not going to sell.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to sell if you have to get a procedure to have this new technology. So.
Well, I remember a long time ago at the Calgary Science Center, they had that headband you could put on and control the balls with your mind. Do you remember that?
Yeah, with different kinds of brain waves.
Mm-hmm. So, if it was something like that, that's super chill. If they could...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there have been, like, it is a thing. It's already been tested, and it is possible to just... I think it's possible anyway to just use like a cathode and an anode or whatever, or electrodes to read the activity. Obviously, you need like water as well, and it's kind of gross. But you can still read the activity generally, and you can get like mouse movement, with the suggestion of moving the cursor up and to the left or whatever, and you can get clicks, and you can... I don't know if they've entered text, but... I don't know. I just don't want... I just don't want Musk in my head,
Yeah.
He'd be living in there, and I'd be paying him. It wouldn't be like he'd be living in there rent-free. I would be paying him to live in my head. I don't want that.
A nightmare. Sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun. But some sort of technology like it that's not invasive, I could get behind, if it's also not by him.
Yeah. I just want what we were talking about last time, like a glasses HUD. That's all I need.
Yeah. Yeah, Google Glass, but invisible, and it just goes into your existing glasses and nobody can tell it's there.
Yeah. That is as much tech romancy as I want.
You're not going to get all chromed up?
I would get a cyber arm.
Yeah.
Because, oh my god, this dude is calling me. I told him I'm streaming. I'm sorry, I'm ignoring him. I think he was also kind of drunk, so I'm just gonna let him simmer in that.
Maybe he wants you to tell him the stream link on the phone.
Oh, well, he would ask for that, because he asked for my email earlier over the phone. I was like, oh yeah, I can just text it to you. And he's like, I don't text.
Ah, interesting. He probably does want you to verbally say the link of the stream. Then.
Yeah. Twitch.tv/Savester2. Not that I need to say it to the stream.
Easy peasy.
Okay. Well, that was an interesting video.
Interesting tangent.
Dr. Mumbai is Alex Jones of Africa. Very cool.
Very cool.
All right. Okay. Do you want to watch this 103 Fever video?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, fucking, I wish that we had a better syncing.
It's alright.
System.
We'll just start the video at the same time.
Okay, yeah, just search that exact thing that's in the doc.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, I'm gonna open this. Wow, it's 6 minutes. I forgot how long it was. But you're
All
gonna love this, I think. It's really funny.
All right.
Let me just make sure that
Look
people
at
can
these apps.
see.
Horny local.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, start.
Perfectly synced. Okay. Oh my god.
I got a 103 fever for the past 6 months and it ain't going down. Drake, if you don't give me some medical attention, I think I'm gonna get a big ass frown. My body melting, obsessed with a Family Guy Simpsons orgy. 18 and over sexual fantasies, everybody looking so gorgy. Quagmire standing up on top of the bed, jagging off, conducting the sexual fornications. Peter suck Mars, Homer lick Lois, with Springfield Cohag, Quag, sexual congregation. Kidneys losing function, body aches, chills and shivering. I feel like I'm gonna freeze. Drake, if you don't give me some pills and come down here and heal me, I think I'm gonna die. Drake, you need to help me, please. Please, Drake. Help me out.
Yes.
He's got a really bad beat.
Yeah, he's like hallucinating.
Yes, you got
Jeez.
What's your body count?
This is like Jacob's Ladder.
I have 103 fever, and I've had it for 6 months, and it's not. I can't do anything to get it to go down.
Bart Simpson. Would you hit?
Yeah. And Lois.
Okay.
And Lois Griffin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, this is disturbing.
I got fever, 103, had it for the past 6 months. It makes dating really hard when you got 103 fever. Dude, shut the fuck up, okay? Dude, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, okay? You keep talking, it's gonna be a bad fucking situation for you
Wow, I
and
love
for
how this
everybody
has
else
become
here
a
who paid to see a good time,
comedy
okay?
heckler
Shut the fuck
TikTok.
up. Shut the fuck up. I'm a
With the
sit
text
the
and
fuck
everything.
down. Sit the fuck down. Sit the fuck down. Sit the dude, sit the fuck
Oh my
down.
god, is he gonna... What is this car?
Yo, I heard you got like a 103 fever for the past 6 months. I just wanted to say, me too. Scott, Drizzy, fever. I heard you got a 103 fever for the past 6 months. Your body burning up like a weed-filled blunt. I know why your body temp is high, making you sweat like a boar. It's cause the whole world on the brink of a motherfucking war. World War III is about to kick off and it's giving guys like you a fever. To stop nuclear Armageddon, you must goon the pics of Lois from Family Guy's Beaver. You must create a new branch of the military called the Positivity Force. A billion-person army deciding to jerk off like they just got divorced. The Positivity Force is like the army, but for being nice. Instead of shooting bullets, we act sweet like Sprite.
Part of the Positivity Force, I had a fever of 103. It's like the military, but for smiles.
War is caused by people being angry online. The antidote is jerking off to make the world divine. People being mean, the atmosphere is polluted with negative vibrations. Airplane crashes are caused by this, and I love staycations. Deep in the Bible, it says jerking off is the deepest form of prayer known to man. Gooning will prevent a war in the Holy Land, but you got to edge to keep it inside the
Don't worry,
gland.
these aren't stolen valor. 600 tabs on Pornhub at once. You know tabs on a browser?
Wow.
Go. The state of, edging, you know what that is? Yeah. Don't come. It's like you guys, instead of shooting bullets, we're shooting smiles. We're having a good time. You know what I mean? Positivity force. Whoa. Is this the actual Matrix?
Across the world, all race streets, endless jerking their clit tit or prick off the porn. Positive edging vibes get trapped in the ozone. De-escalate global tensions, masturbation, Jason Bourne.
You know who wears hats like that?
That was a beautiful
Leonardo
line.
DiCaprio.
What is the website?
Pornhub.com. How's it going? Hey guys, we're starting the positivity force. It's like the military, but for being nice. Right? I love your vibe, man. We're just spreading positive vibes, trying to kill the negative vibes. I got this for 600 tabs open on Pornhub because you want to edge, and all the positivity vibes go into the ozone, and everybody's smiling, having a good time.
As soon as everyone blasts a huge cum, the world's superpowers peacefully get back on course. World War III prevented by stroking clits and pricks, thanks to the positivity force.
The positivity force has caused me to be a more positive and a nicer guy. I'm less in my head.
И начал медитировать. זה נקרא כוח החיוביות ואני כאן בשביל זה.
积极的力量提醒我保持水分和睡眠。
हम सभी को स्क्रीन टाइम सीमित करना याद रखना होगा.
A friendly reminder that masturbation is self-care.
That was the best one. That sounded so good. He sounded exactly like him. Holy. All right. Well, that actually leads in perfectly to this new internet porn law that is coming up here in Canada.
These all are surprisingly related. I thought that was also kind of relevant to the Mumbai thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Right?
The Matrix? Like, damn. Okay. So go to the Reddit link that is underneath the Michael Geist link in the document.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Grab that. So, most dangerous Canadian internet bill you've never heard of is one more step closer to becoming law. So if you open up the article, so this is Michael Geist. He writes a lot about Canadian privacy law. He was really, really against Bill C-11, the Online Streaming Act, and also the Canadian Online News Act. Both of those were absolutely ludicrous, and they both came from the Liberals. The Conservatives strongly opposed them. Basically, okay, so just a bit of background on those two, because it is related, trust me. So, Bill C-11 had all this language in it. It was this bill that basically said Canada now has the right to regulate the internet and get money from online platforms when, not necessarily get money, but they basically want to direct viewers to more Canadian content, right? They want to direct Canadian viewers towards more Canadian content. And they said that user-generated content would not be affected by this, but they also really loose in defining, what counts as a regular user and what counts as I don't know exactly what the wording was, but it's like a step above a user, someone who actually makes money and gets ad revenue from YouTube, or maybe has a Patreon and they sell merchandise or whatever, right? Like there's no, it's not really distinct. And so yeah, the Liberals brought that through. It got passed. It went to the Senate. It got passed there. And now it's with the CRTC, and they're figuring out how to implement it. JJ McCullough, a Vancouver-based YouTuber, went to Ottawa to speak to House of Commons, and then he went to the Senate to speak to the Senate, and now he has just gone to the CRTC to speak to them, because he is a Canadian YouTuber who would be affected by this. Probably his content would be boosted, but he doesn't think that Canadians should have to deal with this inorganic way of promoting Canadian content to Canadians. It's like, here, Canada, I'm just going to shove some of this down your throat in your homepage just so you see more Canadian content as a Canadian, because apparently, the Canadians need help in the global online marketplace. I don't know. It's ridiculous if you ask me. But then there was also the Canadian Online News Act, which basically was, in Google's words and Facebook's words, a link tax, where it's like, if you post a link to a news article from a Canadian publication or otherwise in Canada, even if they're not Canadian, the Canadian government wants to take money for each link that is uploaded onto any site, and it doesn't matter who uploads it, and the platform would have to pay So it's a link tax, right? Otherwise, and there's exceptions where it's like, okay, just basically give us all this money, right? And then you won't have to deal with this tax. You'll be exempt. But there's only two companies that this targets, and that's Facebook and Google. And Facebook's response is, okay, no more Canadian news links on Facebook. That's it. So now when you look through Facebook, you don't get Canadian news links. They don't exist on Facebook anymore. If you try to post one, sorry, it'll just tell you, no, you can't post this. It's not allowed on Facebook. So thanks, Canadian government, for limiting Canadians' access to news and limiting the flow of the spread of information. Thanks. That's really, really helpful. Really helpful. And soon you won't even be able to Google news in Canada either, because Google will soon start removing news search results from their engine. So you want to search news, you're gonna have to start using Bing, DuckDuckGo, whatever. The main one, Google, you won't be able to find news on in the next year once this gets implemented. So both of those things came from the Liberal government. They came from True Daddy. They came from House Father. They came from Freeland. All these different Canadian, Liberal politicians and the Conservatives were strongly opposed. But now the Conservatives, the Bloc, and the NDP have passed this. So, and it's ridiculous because you've never heard of it, and the Liberals were strongly opposed to this. So I'll just read a little bit from the first paragraph. After years of battles over Bills C11 and C18, few Canadians will have the appetite for yet another troubling internet bill. Given a bill that envisions government-backed censorship, mandates age verification to use search engines or social media sites, and creates a framework for court-ordered website blocking, there is a need to pay attention. S210, or the Protecting Young Persons from Exposure to Pornography Act, was passed by the Senate in April, after senators were reluctant to reject a bill framed as protecting children from online harm. The same scenario appears to be playing out in the House of Commons, where yesterday a majority of the House voted for the bill at a second reading, sending it to the Public Safety Committee for review. The bill, which is the brainchild of Senator Julie Meville-Duchesne, is not a government bill. In fact, government ministers voted against it. Instead, the bill is backed by the Conservatives, Bloc, and NDP. With a smattering of votes from backbench Liberals, Canadians can be forgiven for being confused that after months of championing internet freedoms, raising fears of censorship, and expressing concern about CRTC overregulation of the internet, Conservative MPs were quick to call out those who opposed the bill. The House sponsors Conservative MP Karen Vecchio. I appeared before the Senate committee that studied the bill in February 2022, where I argued that by bringing together website blocking, face recognition technologies, and stunning overbreadth that would capture numerous mainstream services, the bill isn't just a slippery slope, it is an avalanche. As I did then, I should preface criticism of the bill by making clear that underage access to inappropriate content is indeed a legitimate concern. I think the best way to deal with the issue includes education, digital skills, and parental oversight of the internet use, including the use of personal filters or blocking tools, if desired. Moreover,
so what it's been forever.
Exactly. Yeah. Just keep doing what we're doing. There's no need to fucking force you to submit your ID to Pornhub just so you can browse. Like, that is insane. That is insane. So yeah, there's going to be supposedly, facial recognition tracking software. You're going to have to basically submit your ID to these various organizations that the CRTC will now be able to regulate. And I don't know, it's really, really messed up. So the basic framework,
like, how does every group agree with this? Conservatives, Bloc, and NDP, and Liberals.
Only some Liberals. The majority of Liberals voted against it. It was just the backbenchers who never really speak up that voted with it for some reason. And again, it's not even a House bill. It came from the Senate. It's just sponsored by a member of the House, and that never happens. When's the last time a bill was proposed by the Senate? It just doesn't happen in this country. So it just feels really, really sleazy to me. And of course, go to that Reddit thread again. God damn it, the deceptive naming of these bills needs to stop. If any law has protect the children anywhere in the naming or reasoning, it's going to be anything. It's not going to be anything remotely resembling something beneficial for people, let alone kids. Right? Mm-hmm. So yeah, they're already doing this in the UK. It's fucking ridiculous. People are no longer going to be able to use Canada as their VPN route. Right?
Yeah.
Like, wow. This is just, It's basically saying, think about the children. We must protect the children. But also, like, in protecting the children, you fuck everyone over and you subject them to a massive invasion of privacy. Massive.
So what is the benefit? Who is benefiting from this?
It's kids, because they won't be seeing porn anymore, supposedly.
Okay, but that's obviously bullshit. Like, yeah, like the person in the article was saying, just put in a porn blocker, turn on safe search. Like, it's so easy to keep kids from watching porn if you
in this day and age, yeah,
are technically savvy, or like just call somebody who is technically savvy to set up your kid's computer for you. Like,
yeah, get your nephew over.
It's really not helping the kids, so I'm wondering what the underlying motivation for this is, because it just, like, it seems like a no-brainer that this is not helpful to anybody.
Yeah, and of course, again, so the bill... sorry. The implementation of the bill is, like, the language is quite vague, and so, of course, once again, they're going to be giving it to the CRTC to deal with how it gets implemented. Which, do you know who the CRTC are? They're the Canadian Radio Television Commission, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're a bunch of fucking faceless bureaucrats. I'm sorry, but they are. Like, none of them are elected. They're bureaucrats who work for the government. They're civil servants. And why the hell do they get to decide how these laws get implemented? It's the same thing as C11, you know, it's the same thing as the Online Streaming Act and the Online News Act. The fact is that they're just giving the CRTC this government organization with unelected bureaucrats all this power to just dictate how these laws are going to be implemented. It's ridiculous. Like, we're not in the EU, but this is feeling a little, you know, we're just here, Hague, here, the Hague, just deal with it. Deal with it for us. We don't want to deal with our own laws. Just, you guys are experts. But you know, it kind of makes sense, because the think about the cabinet positions. Think about the word cabinet shuffle, right? With our political system here in Canada, I'm so gonna get shut down for saying this, just by the politicians. But like, yeah, all of the cabinet ministers are elected officials, right? Like, you've got your Minister of Agriculture, your Minister of Travel or Transportation, right? Your Ministry of Health, Minister of Safety. But these people just get shuffled around all the time, right? They you know, the Minister of Transportation might wake up the next day and suddenly Trudeau has done a cabinet shuffle and now they're the Minister of Agriculture. And it's like, sorry, I didn't go to school for agriculture, but I also didn't go to school for transportation. Actually, I've just been a politician my whole life. I don't know anything about these subjects that I'm the minister of, and yet somehow I'm in a position where I'm overseeing it for the entire fucking country. In the United States, these cabinet positions, they don't go to elected officials. They go to appointed officials who are supposed to be experts, and the majority of the time they're civilians. And, you know, so you end up with the person who, you know, is in charge of agriculture being an actual expert in agriculture, even if, yeah, they were appointed by the current sitting government. At least chances are they know what the fuck they're talking about. So, I don't know. It's just, once again, outsourcing expertise to unelected people, which at least you're appointing them, and there's some accountability, I think, in the States, some. But with the CRTC, they're all just faceless bureaucrats. It starts with elected officials, but then it goes to the faceless bureaucrats. And I don't know. I just think it's messed up. Like, the whole way that the system works. And then, of course, our senators, freaking Senate, who proposed this, who shouldn't be able to, in my opinion, but they did. They proposed it. Those guys, they're not elected either. You know? The majority of them are not. And some provinces have, like, mock Senate elections where you're allowed to vote for your senator, but they don't have to follow the outcome of those elections. They're not obligated to do so, unless, you know, there's a provincial law that says they do. But again, it's federal politics, so yeah. I do want to read a bit more of this article, though, just because it's so messed up. So
I'm already pissed.
The basic framework is that it creates an offense for any organization making available sexually explicit material to anyone under the age of 18 for commercial purposes. The penalty for doing so is $250,000 for the first offense and up to $500,000 for any subsequent offenses. Organizations, broadly defined under the criminal code, can rely on 3 potential defenses. The organization instituted a prescribed age verification method to limit access. It would be up to the government to determine what methods qualify with due regard for reliability and privacy. There's a major global business of vendors that sell these technologies and who are vocal proponents of this kind of legislation. So there's some money in there, right?
Okay, this is what I was talking about. Like this,
yeah,
this is what it's actually about. Is
the people who want this technology to be bought by an entire country. Okay, or I guess all the companies in an entire country. The organization can make the case that there's a legitimate purpose related to science, medicine, education, or the arts. Yeah, good luck with that offense. Or 3, the organization took steps to required to limit access after receiving a notification from the enforcement agency like the CRTC. So the enforcement of the bill is left to the designated regulatory agency, which can issue notifications of violations to websites or services. These notices can include the steps the agency wants followed to bring the site into compliance. This literally means the government, via its regulatory agency, will dictate to sites how they must interact with users to ensure no underage access. If the site fails to act as instructed within 20 days, the regulator can apply for a court order mandating that Canadian ISPs block the site from their subscribers. The regulator would be required to identify which ISPs are subject to the blocking order. This is shit that you see in China. This is not civilized Western free country. This is authoritarian dictatorship shit. I'm sorry, it just is. The website blocking provisions are focused on limiting user access and can therefore be applied to websites anywhere in the world with Canadian ISPs required to ensure that the sites are rendered inaccessible. So any site in the world can be affected by this. And what about the risk of overblocking? The bill not only envisions the possibility of blocking lawful content or limiting access to those over 18, it expressly permits it. Section 9.5 states that if the court determines that an order is needed, it may have the effect of preventing access to material other than sexually explicit material made available by the organization, or limiting access to anyone, not just young people. This raises the prospect of full censorship of law content under court order based on notices from a government agency, so they can just block anything. Basically,
it's literally Chinese
they're gonna
internet.
they're gonna have the power to invoke the Great Firewall of Canada, and that's just it, right? If that isn't bad enough, there's 2 additional serious concerns. First, the bill is not limited to pornography sites. Rather, it applies to any site or service that makes sexually explicit materials available. This would presumably include search engines, social media sites like Twitter, chat forums like Reddit, where access to explicit material is not hard to find. If the bill was limited solely to sites whose primary purpose is the commercial distribution of sexually explicit material, it might be more defensible. But as it stands now, the overboard approach leaves the bill vulnerable to constitutional challenge. Second, consider the way sites are supposed to comply with the law by establishing age verification systems. This effectively means sites will require users to register with commercial age verification systems in order to run a search or access some tweets. And the age verification systems raise real privacy concerns, including mandated face recognition as part of the verification process. Senate private member bills rarely become law. This bill is suddenly on the radar screen in a big way. The bill should not have come this far and should not be supported. Creating safeguards for underage access to inappropriate content is a laudable goal, but not at the cost of government-backed censorship, mandated face recognition, and age approval requirements to use some of the most popular sites and services in the world.
Facts.
Michael Geist is an amazing columnist, and I highly recommend anyone who is watching to check out his website, michaelgeist.ca. This guy rocks, and I agree with almost everything he writes, just because he is nonpartisan. He trashes this conservative bill that is sponsored by a conservative, and he trashes the liberal bills that are all sponsored by liberals. He doesn't care who's making it. It's just, does the law suck? It does. Okay, then it sucks. Let's not pass it.
Yeah.
I think that's a great approach.
This is a horrifying bill, and I'd be really surprised if it actually went through. It reminds me...
Already passed its second reading. It's going to go back to the Senate again.
Oh my god. it's so dumb. Like,
where it came from. It is. It's unreasonable.
Everybody's just gonna VPN around this.
It's unheard of.
Yeah, this is so stupid.
It is. It's insanely dumb.
But
here's the thing. Even if you VPN around it, like, okay. Shout out to Mental Outlaw on YouTube, okay? Mental Outlaw, thought criminal, get it? He basically convinced me that VPNs are useless. Unless you do want to access geo-locked content, which obviously it'll be useful for this. But here's the thing. If you are doing something shady on a VPN, which apparently accessing porn on a VPN will now be considered a shady thing to do once this law becomes law, once this bill becomes law. But if you're doing anything that they can come after you for, if they have a reason to come after you, all they have to do is look at your bank statement, right? And then they're going to see that you're paying this VPN service, and then they're going to go to that VPN service, or they might not even necessarily have to do that. They could just track the IP that was assigned to you through the VPN service back to the VPN provider, and then basically send them a court order saying you have to give us this information. Even if they're in a different country, the vast majority of the time they're going to comply, because it's way easier for them to comply than it is for them to protect your personal data. So then they send logs of all your traffic to the government, and it's, like, there's no point. So the best thing that you can possibly do to protect your identity online, if you actually want to do that, is to just use Tor. Don't use it with a VPN, because if you do, it's going to make your traffic look more suspicious. But the thing about Tor is that it completely anonymizes all of your traffic, and it goes through so many hops that it's just untraceable, and it's free, and it is slow as hell, or at least it was when I used it like 7 years ago. But it works, and your data is totally anonymous, and chances are nobody's going to find you if you use Tor. So I can see a lot more people potentially starting to use Tor if this thing gets passed fully.
Yeah, I think if it does get passed, either that or they're going to make something else like it.
Yeah.
There's no way that people are going to take the Great Firewall of Canada and just roll with that.
But I mean, look at this. We've already got 2 other shitty bills that got passed. They made it.
Yeah.
And the Liberals still have a minority government, so this could get passed as well. Because everyone else seems to support it, which is insane. Like, I don't understand how Quebec supports it, how the Bloc supports it, because French people love porn, especially French Canadians.
Yep.
They're like some of the most sexual people I've ever met.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how the hell are they okay with this?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, Quebec sovereignty as well? Like, I thought the whole point of Quebec, but that's probably why they're doing it, because they just like opposing the Liberals. They just feel like they need to do that at every turn, because they're just going against the grain. But then also it's like, okay, so then why is the NDP supporting this? I thought the NDP and the Liberals, they were supposed to be like this, like this with their deal,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't understand it. It's
yeah, I really don't understand it. I had no idea this was happening, but it's shocking. And yeah, I guess it's
very good title.
The most dangerous internet bill you've never heard of. I've never heard of it, and it is dangerous, and I'm upset. And it sounds like it's just to sell. What was it?
It's to sell these security systems.
Yeah, that is definitely why they're doing it, which is so stupid.
Yep, it's nanny state. 1984 bullshit. Like, literally, yeah. And just anytime it's the Protecting Children Act, like anytime you see that in the title, it's something nefarious. It's not good. Like, you shouldn't have to invoke protecting children to get a law passed, unless it's like, oh my God, we've got all these people abducting children in this town. Oh, it looks like my camera died. We've got all these people abducting children. We need to pass a law to stop that. Okay, I get it. But what's happening? What is prompting this? You know, I feel like I don't understand why this needs to happen. Like, why the status quo of, oh no, little Johnny is 10 years old and he saw some titties on Google image search. What's the problem with that? Little Johnny has seen titties before. Like, this, it feels so, I don't know. It just feels like it's someone's very conservative values. I don't know. I'm not advocating for children to be looking at sexually explicit material, but I also think in a lot of cultures, nudity is not nearly as frowned upon, or it doesn't cause the same level as disgust that it does here. And it's just a lot more normal to just see a naked person, you know? Go to France. Naked people all over the place.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what else
I'm going to put a battery in my camera.
Try and protect kids from? Like, I don't know. Kids have been watching porn. It's a thing. Just put porn blockers on your devices. It's not that hard.
It's not that hard. That's what she said.
Exactly. I'm not going to be hard after this bell passes.
No, me neither. All right. Let's move on from this bombshell of a topic.
Yeah, that was a lot. I'm sad.
All right. So some more positive, uplifting news in Jeopardy news today. Mayim Bialik was let go.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about this.
All right. So, you know Big Bang Theory, Bing Boing Theory?
Yes.
You know Sheldon's girlfriend?
Who dat?
It's Mayim Bialik. So she's like I think she's like a neurosurgeon or something. She's some sort of like, she's got a PhD, you know? She's Dr. Mayim Bialik.
Okay, I recognize
I definitely
this
misspelled her name in the document. That's hilarious.
That's okay.
So she became the host of Jeopardy, and she was the host for like a few years after Alex Trebek died, but she shared hosting duties with Ken Jennings, who is like the biggest Jeopardy winner of all time. He's basically an encyclopedia with a mouth. Like, Ken Jennings knows all the answers before he even reads the prompt. But Mayim just doesn't. I don't know. I have nothing against her as a person, but her hosting of Jeopardy, it did not do it for me. And if you read any of the comments on any news article about her in relation to Jeopardy, everybody just wants her to leave. Nobody wants her to be the host. Because, like, a contestant will will respond to the clue, and then she'll wait 2 or 3 seconds, clearly listening for her producer in the earpiece to confirm whether that person was correct. And then she'll say they're right, and sometimes they second guess themselves while she's pausing, you know? And they'll mess up and they'll say something else, and it's like, no, you had it right the first time, and if Mayim had only answered you immediately, you would not have been wrong, you know, but you just messed up because she was pausing and you thought that she, wasn't going to give it to you, but she totally was. Whereas Ken Jennings, he just knows the answer every time. He can confidently judge whether someone is correct just because he has played Jeopardy so much. Like, he's won so many games. He was like the biggest winner of all time. So, and he's just such a nice Mormon boy. He also puts so much more effort into interacting with the contestants during the, after the first commercial break, when they do the little anecdotes and they go to each contestant and, talk about their life or whatever. He doesn't just say, oh, that's very interesting, and then just move on to the next person. Come up with a personalized quip or some sort of response that directly has to do with what they have said. Like, he was paying attention and he's actually responding to their story, Or sometimes he'll even ask them a follow-up question and it'll go on for a bit longer, and it's just nice, it's nice. He interacts with them in a meaningful way. Mayim is just such a robot, Oh, excellent. Well, I'm glad you could join us today. Next person, it's just like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? I don't know. So,
No, my
camera just died. Yeah. So yeah, whereas Ken Jennings is a real Jeopardy player and he feels like he's actually hosting the game, Maya Bialik, when she hosted, it just felt like she was acting in a role where she was a game show host. If you know what I mean. It didn't feel like her authentic self. But Ken Jennings, that guy could not be more authentic. He's so legit. I have a huge man crush on him.
Well, good riddance.
Yeah, I'm just so happy about that because I literally would not watch it when she was the host. It was just annoying. It was mostly the pausing, but then also just the cold, impersonal yet somehow upbeat demeanor that she had. It just irked me. It just really bothered me.
Okay, what the fuck? My camera died, but it's plugged in, so I can't really. I don't have another battery.
Oh no. You don't have another battery?
I don't. I only have one camera battery. I know.
You gotta load up.
I do.
Get them on Amazon. Actually, you know what you need to do? I just ordered something last night. And actually last night. I ordered it tonight. And I will find you the equivalent. Sony A7 S2 AC coupler so that you can run it from the wall instead of having to run it. So, but the thing is, with both of our cameras, there's no actual like AC input thing. So, or DC input thing. Like you can charge via USB, but it let you charge while the camera is on and shooting. So what you have to do is you have to put a dummy battery into your camera, and then you plug a wire into that dummy battery, and that wire goes to a big AC block, and then that plugs into the wall. So your camera thinks it has a battery in it, but really it's getting AC through the dummy battery.
That's hilarious.
It's really, really dumb. It's so stupid, but that is, for some reason, that's how it has to work. Here, I'll send you a link for one. I just bought one for my camera. This one is, you could probably find a cheaper one than this, but this is what you're looking for. I sent it to you on Facebook. It's $40.
Okay. Nice. All right, well that's something to add to the list of things I need to be a good streamer.
Because then you don't have to worry about your battery dying.
Well, I thought I didn't. It was supposed to be getting battery from being plugged into my computer. It even has an option that's like AC, or not AC I guess, but USB power. And I had that enabled. And then it just died for some reason. And now I can't even check the setting because it's dead.
It won't turn on again?
No.
Damn.
It's just stuck on connecting. But yeah, I could charge it, but we have been streaming for an hour and 40 minutes.
Alright, I mean, we could probably call it at this point. There's a couple other things in here, but we can save them for next time.
Ceviche Man?
Ceviche Man.
Ceviche Man?
Oh my god. Alright, this will be the last thing. This will be the last thing. Just open it up. Just go to YouTube.
Hold on, let me just hide my useless camera and then
sure.
Hold on. Order. Just gonna move to the bottom. Okay, beautiful. Now it's just you. Okay, YouTube.
YouTube. Ceviche Man.
Ceviche Man. I'm just gonna copy this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that first one. And let's sync it up.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Okay, I can't go back. Whatever.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play.
What do we got? Come on, I'm talking billion-dollar box office. Come on, give me something.
I heard Henry Winkler's ready to bring back the Fonz.
No.
How about a Slimer origin story? Is he ghost or is he goo?
He's a ghost. That's why it's called Ghostbusters.
I believe there's evidence in both directions.
How about Black Shrek?
Enough!
That's my favorite
What
line.
is this? Look, Indiana Jones 5 was a flop. Michael Keaton as Batman flopped. This is old news. We gotta stop digging up these corpses. We need something new. Give me something fresh.
Ceviche Man.
Sorry, who's this?
Ceviche Man. I've been developing this character my whole life.
Okay, what are his superpowers?
He's not a superhero necessarily. He's mostly an island man.
Alright, so what does he do?
Okay, so he has an online store, cevicheman.com. He sells seashells and other stuff to wash up onto the shore of his island.
Huh. Okay, go on.
Okay, so he wears these colorful outfits, floral patterns galore, like a Georgia O'Keeffe painting come to life.
Okay.
Long, dangly jewelry, a beautiful yellow mane that's engulfed by sun-kissed skin, and the tiniest sunglasses you've ever seen in the shape of
Flames.
Yes!
Yeah.
And he has sopping wet skin like a baby slid right out the womb.
Ceviche Man sounds badass.
And I ain't told you the best part.
Okay.
Jumbo shrimp earrings.
Oh! That's why they call him Ceviche Man.
His mom actually named him Ceviche Man, but...
A twist.
I'm sorry. What are we talking about here? Is there a story? So far it sounds like it's just a guy with a colorful outfit who has a website.
She's got a point. Oh, maybe we need a good, gritty origin story or something. What do you got?
Okay, I actually just got chills.
Yeah?
Because I've been thinking that maybe his mom would cover him in ceviche as a boy at night to ward off evil spirits. And then an iguana would sneak into his room and bite his skin while he slept.
And so that's how he got his superpowers.
Not a superhero.
Oh, right. All right, look. How soon can we get a script on this?
Sir, I really don't think that Ceviche Man is the answer to our problem. I mean, maybe we could get on streaming with the right lead, but there's no world where this is our next blockbuster.
She needs to shut her mouth. Yeah.
Ceviche Man?
He's gorgeous.
That's me right now.
This guy is like the next Tim and Eric.
The address to my electronic mail is because she loved the taste of the shrimps. She covered me with ceviche and let iguanas feast upon my skin. I am the ceviche man at cevicheman.com. Oh, they're the ceviche man at cevicheman.com. All hail ceviche man, all hail ceviche man, all hail ceviche man at cevicheman.com. All hail ceviche man, all hail ceviche man, all hail ceviche man at cevicheman.com. All hail ceviche man, all hail ceviche man, all hail ceviche man at cevicheman.com. All hail ceviche man, all hail ceviche man, all hail ceviche man at cevicheman.com. All hail ceviche man, all hail ceviche man, all hail ceviche man at cevicheman.com.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. Okay,
I
that
really had to show you that.
was really, really, really good.
Yeah. It only has 18K views.
Damn.
It dropped 4 months ago. Like, this thing gets stuck in my head almost daily. I'm not kidding. Like, just the chorus is such a fucking banger. It goes so hard. And it's just such a, like, the video is so good.
Yes. That was beautiful. All hail Ceviche Man.
All hail Ceviche Man.
Cevicheman.com.
That's it.
I want that to be my email domain.
You can email him, cevicheman@cevicheman.com. The address to his electronic mail.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Okay, that is a positive note to end on.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, everybody, I wish you could see me, but thank you for watching. Any final thoughts from Coleman?
Like and subscribe. Don't forget to share the video and tell all your friends about it. We are going to be trying our hardest to stream every Saturday night. That is subject to change, but we're going to, I don't know, let's make this a thing, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. I'm super down to do that.
Sweet.
Okay. We'll see you next Saturday.
All right, take care.
Bye.